What's up, YouTubers? This is Gary from Sync SEO. I'm so excited to come up here today and bring you this small video on 3 tips on how to improve your small business websites. This video is going for small business owners who owns websites, and because I know you folks, you don't have time to deal with this stuff. You don't have time to go into this. It's usually tedious work, and that's why we're here, developers and SEO managers. You giving us all the business, and we appreciate that as well. We are thankful for that, and that's one main reason we are bringing. I'm bringing you these tips, so that could help you to do a few things. When once you have your website up and running, and it's fast and reliable, it's intuitive, interactive, and mobile friendly, and you could use them to do stuff. All right. So we're going to be diving into these 3 tips on how to improve your website in a few minutes. Without further ado, let's get to it. Before we get to the tips, I wanted to talk about something. Unless you have a local store where customers come and go on a daily basis, these tips do not really concern you in a way, because literally all you've got to do is to just wait and sell your goods at your local store. People usually will expect to find the usual stuff at your store. If not, that's probably the only time they will say something to you. They won't leave you a note just to remind them when your supplies is up to date. If they don't find it, heck, they jump outside and go to the next store, which is your competitor. Websites, on the other hand, are different, and they require different steps. Now, tip number 1. Make sure you always have some good offers on your homepage. Work on your promotional stuff. Work on your promos. So anytime potential customers visit your site, that you get the best possible chance of converting them into a high paying customers. Your website, your storefront on the web, that's it. It's like you're sitting online, but stuff are done differently. That's what I wanted to make. Promotional stuff, I'm giving you this to see. On the left hand side, you have something. On the right hand side, there's the promo right here, and there is tabs. These tabs: exclusive deals, daily deal slasher, and you can see them right here. So you always have got to have something on your website. These promotional stuff, people will come and check them at regular times. People love deal. I love deal myself. I don't like to buy anything full price. I like to see the discounted price. And people will come and check them, and that's the only way you're going to get business. That you're going to get a lot of sales lead for your business. You're going to convert customers into addictive ones when you have stuff like that. Let me show you something else. Here we go. This is the type of stuff I'm talking about. You have those little flyers type on your store. Web discount 50 for 50%, web dis 60 for 60%, 50% off. You have to work on those. You definitely have to work on those. The only thing is, you need to grab your website visitors details. So whenever they browsing online, they on your web store, they're searching for something, right before they leave, you need to provide them something. You need to give them a reason to leave you the details. This could be something as simple as giving away discount coupons like I show you right here, and or something, promo code for the next purchase. Put a link or create a form to collect these inquiries. So when they click on them, probably they're gonna get something. So you're gonna get something. This is what I'm talking about. This is a form, you know. As you see, fill out the fourth shown below to contact us. The name is there, the email address tab is there, the phone is always there. Just all they have to do is to fill it out, and that will come to you. And what next you do, you will just work on your email campaign. This is your NAP right here. Next year we call that NAP. Name, address, and phone number is there. Make sure you set that up correctly. And this is a crucial factor in ranking well in any organic search result. And Google will love you for that. Google will love you for that. Please, first and foremost, register your business with Google My Business. I can't believe there's still a huge amount of small business websites that don't even know that. They don't know that. And the last thing I wanted to underline is, always remember, if you ever generate any kind of lead, any sort of leads or inquiry on your website, do insert those emails, those inquiries ASAP. You need to respond to them as quickly as possible. It is highly probable that a potential new customer who has filled out a form on your website and provided you with a lead is going to do the same thing right the next minute on somebody else's website. So what's going to happen? Survival of the fittest. You answer first, you get that deal. They answer second, they don't get it. So you better work on that. Answer those emails quick as soon as you can, so you can work that first tip out. Next, we're going to check for tip number 2. Tip number 2. Now that you know your website is your business online, all right? It's your website online. It's everything you've got. You relying on it to do stuff, and all you gotta do is to work on it. Tip number 2, it will tell you something. Make sure you make a good impression. Make sure you have a good looking website. So when people goes there, it's catchy. It's calling them. It say, stay on me. The colors, the fonts, the everything has to be good. And update and proofread your website regularly. I'm sure there's an app for that. And seriously, spelling errors or outdated information, no, you can't deal with that. You cannot deal with that. You always make sure that everything that you have listed on your website as wording needs to be wordproof. No errors, no grammatical issues. You know what I'm talking about. There's an app for that can help you check on that. Work on your design for your small business. Let's say you can use the same logo, across all the pages. On every pages, you have got to have some sort of something that's remind them, oh, I'm still browsing on the store. I'm on the store. So what you do is you do that. You go ahead and do that. Make sure your website is nice, because let me tell you something. First impressions count. You do not often get a second chance. Remember that. So work on this. This is tip number 2. Make sure your website is good looking. And do you remember what tip number 1 was? It was about promotional offers. Promotional offers keeps them coming. Your NAP, you work on that. People leave you the details, name, last name, phone number. You don't even need the last name. As long as you have a name, but you have an email, you can talk to them. The phone number, just in a case, don't call nobody. People don't like that. They need that email. A quick answer before the other guy gets it. And the second tip was, so you work on your stuff so you have a very good looking website. Now let's get to tip number 3. Tip number 3, I must confess, is just an emphasis of tip number 1 and tip number 2. Here how it goes. Always have high expectation on your website. I mean, this is no brainer. You always know that, hey, I'm gonna create a website. I'm gonna have this guy do a website for me, and it's going to be lovely. But lovely is nothing. What's the website can bring you as far as business, that's what's matter. You need to make money with your website. Your website is going to be a player in your team. You understand what I'm saying? That's why we call it has to be your most valuable player. You have high expectation on that player. You paid a lot of money to get that player. Now let's work on the other stuff, the stuff that I told you and what I'm going to tell you next. Because what it is, it's a very cost-effective way to reach new customers. That's your website. You would want to contribute to your business bottom line. That means you have that website so you could, the money that's your store, the stuff that you're selling can generate more. So what you do, you work on your website. So if you, the thing is, this has to do with developers as well. You have to talk to whoever's doing your website to show you, or if you don't know it, let him show you or ask him to do it for you. You have to check on your analytics. You have to check on how many people come to your website, how many, conversion you have. You have to put everything down to see, what's this website is doing in my life, in my business. So this is why you set up clearly monthly targets. For example, if your website setup is designed to increase calls or leads into your business, make sure you check your analytics and create clear metrics and measure how many calls and lead were obtained through your website on a weekly or monthly basis. How many people call and say, hey, I was checking your website. This is what I was checking your website and I found this deal. I was checking your website. I was checking my email. This is what I get. Make sure you have these numbers down. Set up your metrics to ensure your website maintain high standards. Try conducting incentivized surveys all the time on your homepage. Use emails, use social media, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube stuff, and ask your customer simple question. You have to communicate. Communicate is not even the right word. You have to engage your customers, your potential customers, by asking simple questions. Ask them what they like. Ask them what they don't like about everything. Your website, your items, your services. You will gain valuable insight that help you convert more visitors into high-paying customers. And like I already said it, your website should be for your small business, your MVP, your most valuable player. And if it's not, do something about it. Make sure you fill out your homepage with interesting content. Make sure everything is pristine. Keep it clean and fresh. Let it be a funnel for information throughout the site. There it is, folks. You got my 3 tips. I don't know what more to add today, but I'm sure I know 3 more tips that you should not do with your website. That's coming next. So if you like this material, please like and subscribe. I'll appreciate it. Goodbye.